Two men with badges and an SUV blocked me in by the lake. Their routine HOA stop was about to become their worst nightmare. They had me cornered, my vehicle pinned between their truck and the water's edge. Doors flew open. They moved with a practiced aggression that was all show. One held a collapsible baton. The other kept his hand hovering near his hip, a silent promise of escalation. "Out of the car, now. HOA compliance check," Baton Man ordered. I killed the engine, exited slowly, deliberately. I turned slightly, placing my hands behind my back. One hand found the grip of my concealed firearm, hidden cleanly from view. Not a threat, a precaution. They missed it completely. "You're being detained for a covenant violation," the armed one announced. I looked from one to the other. "Homeowners associations don't conduct traffic stops." He sneered. "You were in a restricted zone. We have the authority to search your vehicle." "You have no such authority," I stated, calm as the lake behind us. His partner stepped closer, baton tapping his palm. "This isn't a debate. Hands where we can see them." I kept my hands exactly where they were. They thought they had another intimidated resident. They had no clue, and in moments, they would realize the profound depth of their error. Before we go deeper, let me know where you're joining from. Drop your country in the comments. To understand this ambush, you need context. I'm Alex Reed. I served. I moved here for tranquility, not conflict. I follow actual laws, not invented ones. That's what drew the ire of the board president, Diana Shaw. She ruled through intimidation, creating arbitrary rules and enforcing them with fear. Most neighbors capitulated. I requested documentation. I cited legal precedent. I became a problem. So the pressure mounted. Official warnings, then security patrols in unmarked vehicles, and now this theatrical stop by the water. The armed man's hand drifted to his holster. His partner's knuckles whitened on the baton. They didn't notice my breathing deepen, my focus sharpened. They were blind to the fact they'd cornered the wrong man and were seconds from learning the hard way. "Turn around now," the baton wielder commanded. "You're detained under association authority." "I am not resisting, but you possess no lawful detention powers. Leave." The armed man's expression hardened. His hand came fully off his hip, drawing his pistol in a clumsy, hurried motion. He aimed it at my torso. "On your knees." It was the point of no return. His partner rushed in simultaneously, baton raised. Time compressed. The baton swung, cracking against my ribs. Pain exploded, but it burned away any doubt. Then the gunshot. A searing impact tore through my left bicep. Blood bloomed across my sleeve. I didn't crumple. I pivoted. My hand came from behind my back, my own weapon clearing into view in one fluid motion. The gunman's eyes widened in stunned recognition. He wasn't the only armed person here. I fired once, aimed low. The round struck his thigh. He screamed, collapsing onto the asphalt, his pistol skidding away. The baton man lunged again, wild with panic. I tried to sidestep, but my injured arm slowed me. The baton grazed my shoulder, driving me to one knee. I brought my gun up. "Drop it!" He didn't. I fired again, a controlled shot. He fell, clutching his leg, howling. When you pretend to be the law, you invite the real thing to answer. Sudden, ringing silence. Both men were down, wounded, disarmed. I stayed crouched, weapon trained, breathing through the fire in my arm. I kicked their weapons into the lake's reeds. "You had no authority," I said, the words flat. "None." "We were just enforcing rules," the gunman gasped, pressing on his bleeding leg. "You were impersonating officers and attempting an armed kidnapping," I corrected. With my good hand, I dialed emergency services. 2 armed impersonators attempted an unlawful detention. Shots fired in self-defense. I am hit. Suspects are down. Send police and medical. Sirens echoed in the distance almost immediately. Their charade was over. The real police arrived with urgent professional force. They took in the scene. 2 wounded men, scattered weapons, me with a blood-soaked arm. "Drop the firearm," an officer shouted. I complied, setting it down gently and stepping back. "I'm the caller. I was shot. I returned fire to stop the assault." They swarmed the imposters first. Tourniquets, handcuffs. One kept babbling, "We were just doing HOA work." An EMT bandaged my arm while a detective took my statement. I gave the facts: the illegal stop, the drawn gun, the first shot that hit me. When asked for ID, I provided it. My military service was noted. The detective's demeanor shifted, not to favor, but to a clearer understanding of the dynamics at play. Dashcam footage, a cyclist's phone recording, the imposter's own radio logs. The evidence was overwhelming. By day's end, the prosecutor declined to press charges against me. Clear self-defense. The 2 fake officers faced a different reality. Charged with impersonation, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, and conspiracy. The one I shot in the leg would walk with a permanent limp. He accepted a plea deal for 12 years. His partner got 9. But the investigation didn't stop with them. Once detectives subpoenaed the HOA's servers, the whole scheme unraveled. Diana Shaw's emails explicitly ordering hands-on compliance, drafted regulations that were never ratified, financial transfers to the men who'd ambushed me. She was arrested. The charges were severe: conspiracy, directing armed impersonation, and fraud. She was sentenced to 18 years in prison and ordered to pay over $400,000 in restitution and damages. The HOA dissolved under the weight of lawsuits and scandal. The board resigned. The neighborhood finally found peace. Power taken by deception is always a loan, never a grant. Now when I drive past that spot by the water, I feel no anger, just a reminder. Tyranny, even the petty kind, relies on the illusion of unchallenged authority. It breaks the instant someone stands up, knows the truth, and is prepared to defend it. If you believe in standing against corruption, show your support. Hit the like button for Winds of Thought. It helps us bring more truth to light.